Imagine having so much money that you could not possibly spend it in 100 lifetimes. For most people, that idea sounds impossible. But for billionaires, it is simply reality. When money becomes almost limitless, something strange begins to happen. Normal purchases stop being exciting. Luxury cars become common. Private jets become ordinary. Even mansions start to feel predictable. And that is when some of the richest people on Earth begin buying things that seem completely unbelievable. In this video, we are exploring some of the most outrageous purchases ever made by billionaires. Some of these items are rare, some are historic, and some are so absurd that they raise one simple question. When you have unlimited money, does anything really seem too expensive? Stay with us until the end because the final purchase on this list might be the most unbelievable of them all. And before we dive into the first story, make sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell. It helps the channel grow and allows us to continue creating videos about wealth, power, and extraordinary assets owned by the richest people on Earth. Now let us begin with something that might look simple at first glance. A pocket watch. At first, that might not sound very impressive. After all, watches have existed for centuries. But this is not just any watch. This is the Patek Philippe Henry Graves super complication. One of the most complicated mechanical watches ever created. The watch was commissioned by American banker Henry Graves in the 1930s. It took years to design and manufacture. Inside the gold case are more than 900 individual parts assembled by hand. The watch contains dozens of mechanical functions, including a perpetual calendar sunrise and sunset indicators, and even a celestial star chart. For decades, the watch remained one of the most impressive timepieces ever built. But its story did not end there. In 2014, the watch was sold at auction for $24 million. Yes, $24 million for a pocket watch. Now, let us move from something small to something much larger. Cars. Many billionaires collect luxury vehicles. Some own a few rare sports cars. Others might have a garage filled with supercars. But one man took this idea to an entirely different level. The Sultan of Brunei. The Sultan is famous for owning one of the largest private car collections in history. Estimates suggest that his collection contains between 5,000 and 7,000 vehicles. Imagine an entire warehouse filled with Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and Rolls-Royce models. The collection reportedly includes hundreds of Ferraris, dozens of rare Lamborghinis, and more than 600 Rolls-Royce cars. One of those Rolls-Royce vehicles is known as the Star of India, a custom-built luxury car valued at around $14 million. When analysts tried to estimate the total value of the Sultan's car collection, the result was astonishing. Approximately $5 billion in vehicles alone. That means a quarter of his entire fortune is sitting inside garages filled with luxury cars. Next, we move to something even more unusual. A golden toilet. Yes, you heard that correctly. In 2016, rapper Birdman reportedly purchased a solid gold toilet valued at around $1 million. The extravagant item quickly became a symbol of extreme luxury. While some fans admired the display of wealth, others questioned the practicality of such a purchase. After all, it is still a toilet. But the story becomes even stranger. There is also a company that sells luxury toilet paper made from gold flakes. Each roll costs thousands of dollars. Moving from bathrooms to islands, we arrive at another fascinating purchase. A member of the royal family of the United Arab Emirates, known as the Rainbow Sheikh, owns a private island. But simply owning an island was not enough. He decided to carve his own name into the sand across the island. The letters were so enormous that they could be seen from space using satellite imagery. Each letter stretched hundreds of meters across the landscape, creating channels that filled with seawater. The estimated cost of the project reached more than $20 million. Next, we move to something surprisingly simple. Ice cubes. A luxury company in California began selling what they called premium ice. The company claimed that their ice cubes were perfectly pure and free from impurities that could affect the taste of drinks. Each small bag of luxury ice cubes cost more than $300. That means every single cube of ice costs several dollars, more expensive than many cocktails themselves. Now let us talk about a familiar name, Bill Gates, one of the most famous billionaires in the world. Gates made a surprising investment when he purchased thousands of acres of desert land in Arizona. At first glance, it seemed like an unusual decision. Why would someone spend $80 million on empty desert? But the reason was visionary. Gates plans to build a futuristic smart city on that land called Belmont. The city would include tens of thousands of homes, high-speed data infrastructure, and advanced transportation systems. Sometimes what looks strange today becomes revolutionary tomorrow. Another billionaire known for unusual purchases is Larry Ellison, the founder of Oracle. Ellison owns private islands, luxury yachts, and an enormous real estate portfolio. But one of his most interesting purchases was something entirely different: military fighter jets. Ellison purchased several training and combat aircraft, including a MiG fighter jet, originally designed during the Cold War. Each aircraft costs millions of dollars even before maintenance and operating expenses. But the jets cannot even be used for normal flight within the United States without special permission. Still, Ellison purchased them as collector items. Next, we come to Elon Musk. The entrepreneur behind Tesla and SpaceX is known for bold ideas, but one of its more unusual purchases was inspired by a classic James Bond movie. In 1977, the film The Spy Who Loved Me featured a car that transformed into a submarine. The vehicle became famous among fans of the series. Years later, Musk purchased the original movie prop at an auction for nearly $1 million. The car may not actually transform into a working submarine, but it remains a unique piece of film history. Finally, we arrive at one of the most ambitious projects ever imagined by a billionaire. Australian businessman Clive Palmer announced plans to build a full-scale replica of the Titanic. The ship would recreate the famous ocean liner almost exactly as it appeared in 1912. The project, known as Titanic II, was estimated to cost hundreds of millions of dollars. The ship would carry thousands of passengers and include modern safety technology. While the original Titanic became one of the most tragic maritime disasters in history, this new version aims to combine history with modern engineering. Whether the project will ever be completed remains uncertain, but it remains one of the most extraordinary ideas ever proposed by a billionaire. And that brings us to the end of this list of unbelievable billionaire purchases. From $24 million watches to massive car collections, private islands, and even replica ocean liners, the world of extreme wealth often goes far beyond imagination. Which of these purchases surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring the world of luxury wealth and powerful assets, remember to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you never miss our next video.